Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone out there this morning? This beautiful Saturday morning. We are so happy to see you here with Real Talk with Deborah and Anastasia. We have real people, real topics, real talk. You know, the world is ever evolving. The movers and shakers can change overnight. Knowing who's in and who's not, knowing how to connect to who is in is essential. So today's real talk is about an essential tool often overlooked that can assist you regardless of your purpose or passion in life. You know, the Bible explains that we have not because we ask not. And that's in James 4:2. Now, Coach Ricardo Miller always tells us that everyone has someone assigned to assist them. You may find yourself on a journey and not sure how you will reach your destination. However, someone has done that before, worked out all the small stuff, and been there successfully. All you have to do is find the person that is assigned to you. Now, there are several ways to find that person assigned to assist you with your goals. Today, we will talk about one of those, and that is gaining access. Yes, gaining access or networking is a tool that's not often used. So we want you to like, share, comment, stay engaged as we go through some tips for you this morning. And good morning, Anastasia.
Good morning, Miss Deborah. How are you this wonderful Libra season morning?
Yeah, I saw you throw that in there. I'm doing great.
I had to find a way very early in. I wanted to make sure that my Libras got their shout out really early from the onset. Our season is here. The Virgos are finally done. But how are you this morning?
I'm wonderful, wonderful.
That's great. So we've got 5 tips that we're going to provide that are going to help you with gaining access. Our topic today, gaining access, is so timely. It is so important. And this video is going to be so beneficial to so many people. So make sure that you like, share, send it to somebody in their private messenger, send it to somebody as a link in their WhatsApp or whatever platform that you use, because you got to make sure that you get this information out. So I'm going to give you tip 1, and that is to find the person assigned to you. Find the person assigned to you. Now, like Ms. Deborah said, Coach Ricardo always tells us that there's someone assigned to help you. And sometimes we're not able to recognize that person right away. But if we open ourselves to criticism and we make sure that we have somebody around us, at least one person, that's going to be honest with us, that's going to tell us and keep us accountable to our actions, tell us when we're doing something wrong, then that may be that person that is assigned to you, even if you don't want to hear it all the time, that may be that person. So when you're looking for the right people and you're looking for the one that's assigned to you, your career network should include anyone who can help you to grow professionally. It can include past and present coworkers, bosses, friends with similar interests, colleagues from business associations, alumni from your school, acquaintances you've met online through working, wherever it is that you've come across these people. You just need to be able to recognize them. Reach out to those people who can provide you with the specific help that you need. If you're interested in working in a different field, connect with friends or family members who work in that industry already. If you never know, and you never know who might be able to help you at a later date. So make sure you connect with people who are working in a variety of industries and positions. Now, if it is that you are not directly connected to somebody based in their profession, it's great to get to know people through organizations because it shows that you have a like mind. If you're working with people in children's ministry, you guys have a like mind, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they are an educator. They could be working in a different profession, and that would still give you networking abilities. If you join an organization like Toastmasters, your like mind may be in public speaking and it may be in presenting, but those persons that you connect with are going to be persons that work in different professions. And so you're going to gain a lot of insight and background knowledge in a lot of different professions through your like passion, which is the Toastmasters group or the Rotary Club or Kiwanis or Boys and Girls Club of America, or, even volunteering with Hands for Hunger or something like that. You can find an organization that has a group of people coming together for whatever cause. And through that organization, you can build friendships and you can find that person who is assigned to help you. And that person may be able to help you with your future goals and your future intentions.
All right. Great. Thank you for that first tip. Our second tip, and good morning to Curly and Cynthia Ferguson. Thank you for tuning in. So, our second tip is find the appropriate venue for networking. I mean, you got to find the people, but where are you going to go to find those people? There are many places that you can network. I mean, you can even network at the supermarket. But it is more feasible, however, to seek out the places that align with your purpose. So if your goal is speaking out for, let's say, underprivileged, underage males, you may want to attend school events, community meetings, and the community meetings could be relating to housing, homelessness, education, any of those, foster home events, professional associations, and Anastasia mentioned some of those. But those are some of the places that you may want to visit to network. But when you go, it's important that you do some things because even though you need to network, you need to get to know people that can assist you and give you information and their expertise. You still have your own personality, right? So you may be an introvert, let's say. So you got to get over that when you go. So you got to psych yourself up before you go. And these are some things that you have to make sure that you don't do. Don't hang back. Because if you're kind of shy or reserved, you kind of go in and look around and look at the floor or whatever. Don't do that. And then when you're looking around, you look at the table. So if you see an empty table, what do? You make a beeline for that empty table. If somebody comes and sits with me, that's fine, but I'm not going to go and intrude. You're not intruding. That's what you're there for, to network. Um, so that's what you'll do. Once you get to the table, you pull out your phone. No, you're not doing anything on the phone, but it's like, okay, I'm just gonna pretend that I'm busy. I'm doing something. Don't do that. And also, don't arrive at the end of the event. You feel like, I'm kind of timid, so I'll wait till everybody get there and warm up, and then they get ready to leave. No, you want to make sure that you're there, and you're going for a purpose. So you want to make sure that you get everything that you are there for. Excuse me. Good morning, Agnes. Thank you for tuning in as well. Okay, then here are some do's that you want to do when you find that venue to go to. Dress appropriately. I'm not saying, you got to put on your Sunday best, but depending on where you're going, you want to do at least a business casual up, So, just make sure you're not, you don't go in your flip flops and your shorts or whatever, but dress for the occasion. Make sure you smile. It is very hard for someone to look at you and not smile back if you're smiling. Greet others. You may be shy or introvert, but the other person may be as well. And they're there for the same reason that you're there. They're trying to meet people that have expertise in the area that they're interested in. So when you look at the tables, don't go to the empty table. You can't network with anybody there. Find a table where you see at least two people there, or one person by themselves maybe, and go and have a seat. Good morning, good afternoon. Hi, my name is Deborah. Nice to meet you. I have a platform, Build Your Best Life, and I work with young men to help them to overcome obstacles and build their best lives. Oh, that sounds interesting. I'm going to ask you some questions. And so that's how you start your conversation. Make sure that you exchange information. When other people are listening, listen. You can pick up so much information just sitting and listening. Remember, if you were on when I talked, Carol and I talked about, in a nutshell, and we talked about Shad Khan, who is the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, how when he came to America, he was just, dirt poor. But he was in a college and he got in a fraternity, and he would sit and he would listen. And so you can imagine in this fraternity, there were people that were smart, rich, and all this stuff. Well, he listened to those conversations about investing. And so that's what he learned. So you want to make sure that you listen. And then talk about your interest. Don't just, you do want to listen when others are talking to pick up things, but then you want to let people know what you're interested in, because that may be something that someone says, well, you might say, I've been doing this for 10 years and, I just think it's a great, it's a great opportunity for others to learn. And I just wish that I knew how to write a book, because that would be so helpful to others. Someone at the table may say, oh, I can help you with that. I have written 2 books. It wasn't easy, but now I kind of got it done. And I can get you started if you like. And so that's why you want to speak up and tell people those interests that you have and exchange that information. So remember, if you're introvert, whatever it is, bite the bullet. Just go for it. You won't be disappointed. Anastasia?
Miss Deborah, I feel like you're talking to me a bit this morning. Because I know that I've said it before that, I am working on putting myself out there a bit and becoming a bit more social and intentional about the connections that I make and the conversations that I have. So I'm sure that our listening audience is enjoying what's going on this morning, and I know definitely I can take tip number 2 from you. Absolutely.
Okay,
But
I want to read Cynthia's comment there.
oh, Walk in with your head up and make eye contact. Walk in like you have it all together. Even if you are in the process of getting it together, nobody knows this but you. Thank you so much, Cynthia. That is useful to me. It is useful to everybody, every introvert that is in the room this morning and those that are associated with persons in this room. Make sure that you get this video to them because they're going to need to hear it. But we're going to move on to tip number 3, which is finding the right individuals online. Now, I know you may be thinking, finding individuals online, how do you do that? Like, you know, what do you use or how do you get to find people online? And it's not just the social networks, but talking professionally. You can keep track of your personal career network somewhere, whether it's electronically or on paper. Make sure you know who is who, where they work, and how to get in touch with them. It is important to keep track of what the different contacts in your networks can offer and how you can help them. You will need to remember which of your previous coworkers now works in finance or which started teaching philosophy. Equally important is to know what you have to offer as a contact. Ideally, networking should be mutually beneficial. So be sure to let your network know how you can help them and keep track of how they can help you. If you are willing to support your friends, they are more likely to return the favor. So there are online platforms like LinkedIn and Fever and stuff like that that allow you to see persons' resumes and their um, academic background and also their professional background. By using things like that, you get to see people and be a bit more intentional about the connections that you make. But then after you've made these connections, you want to make sure that you're not taking them for granted. One of the things that I like to do is in my phone, I have persons stored by their profession. So I have, like, I use a Samsung. I'm sorry for all of you Apple lovers. I'm sure Apple has been great to you guys, but I'm a part of the Android nation, been there all my life, don't plan on changing. And so how the setup is for, it gives you an opportunity to have a prefix, first name, middle name, last name, and a suffix. So, and also if you go even further, it could give you nicknames and notes and all the rest of that other stuff that you can save in the contact section in your phone, along with it giving you the option of saving it to your phone itself, to the SIM, or to an email address. So what I've been doing is saving all of my contacts to my email address. It makes it easier because if I put a email address in under somebody's contact, if I need to send them an email, I don't then have to go look in their contacts for the email. It'll show up once I start typing, or it'll suggest that person when I start typing because they're already saved in my emails. And then when I'm saving their number, I put in the prefix ahead of their name, I'm going to put how I know them or what profession they are. So in my phone right now, I've got AC Man Curry. He's the guy that always fixes the air conditioning at work. And so that's what he is to me. He's AC Man Curry. Shout out to Mr. Curry. I have K3 Brown. I have K4 Forbes. Like, those are the women that work with me. So their grade level that they teach is what is their prefix. I have Oman Young, Oman Stirrup, their office managers. So that's how I have them. Like, when you're saving the contact itself, you may not remember the person's name, but you know that you're looking for someone that deals with cars. And so when you, in your search bar, in your contacts, you type in car and every possibility is going to fall underneath that. And so that is going to help you when it is that you're looking for the persons. If you save them in a way that gives you easier access to them, then, you know, it's going to be very helpful along the way. and then also making yourself known and your skills known to the people that you're trying to network with. WhatsApp is a very, very, very common um, communication tool here in the Bahamas. We don't use Signal and Telegram and all that other stuff as often as other people would. We typically use WhatsApp. And so every so often, I would make it a point to either I'm sharing jobs on my WhatsApp status, or I'm sharing my own personal flyers on my WhatsApp status, or I'm sharing other people's flyers, people that I'm associated with. In doing that, I make sure that it's not just nonsense, because I do share a little bit of nonsense every once in a while. There are a few little jokes inside there, because it's my personal phone, and so there have been some silly moments, but I make sure that what I'm sharing on my status is something that's full of useful content, so that I would not be muted the way that I have some other people in my phone muted not to see their status. I want to make sure that the people around me know that the information that I am sharing is something useful, usually. And so they would be more inclined to watch them and keep track of what it is that I'm sharing rather than to mute it. So let's look at number 4, Miss Deborah.
All right. Thank you for those tips. All right. Tip 4, have a positive mindset and be proactive. You want to have a positive mindset because we are what we think. So start your journey out with, I'm going networking. This is going to be great. I know I'm going to be pleased that I took the time out to do this. So you got to think, I'm going out and I'm going to meet people with like interests. I'm going to feel inclusive because the people there are there for the same reason that I'm going. They're trying to get some connection. So I'm going to be included. I'm going to go there and I'm going to be cheerful. I'm going to smile. I know I'm going to make connections and I'm going to stay connected. And staying connected is so important. Have you ever just been sitting around and you get an email or something from somebody you haven't heard from in 20, 25 years or 10 years? And you're like, that's strange. And I just remembered you work at Florida Blue. Do you know how I can get in contact? Really? That's why you are getting in contact with me? So you don't want to do that. You don't, once you make those connections, you don't want it to be that you only reach out to them if they can help you. You want to, if you know their birthday, what does it hurt for you to say happy birthday? Or every now and then, hello, just thinking about when we attended the city council meeting. It was nice meeting you there. Just thinking about you. Have a great day. Just something to stay in contact. You don't want to wait until you lose your job and then you're reaching out to everybody. I'm looking for a job. Blah 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 blah. These people, like, what? They don't want to be bothered. So you want to make sure that you do stay connected. I met someone, I guess like 3 years ago at a conference I went to, and they're on WhatsApp, and every now and then I hit them up. Well, not that I'm, looking for anything from them or anything, but I hit them up every now and then. It was a person that we exchanged cups at this event, and a person whose name was on the cup was supposed to pray for. So I've been praying for that person for like 3 years. But, if I see something on WhatsApp that they've done or it's their birthday, I just reach out. So I am staying in contact. So if I'm in the Bahamas and I get lost, I wouldn't feel bad, hitting her up and say, hey, remember me? Good to see you again. I'm lost. Can you tell me where I'm trying to find this restaurant? It's not like, why is this weird person calling me? But I've stayed in contact. So you want to make sure that you are staying in contact with those people and you are trying to get that information that they have, their expertise, because Again, you are there because you're looking for someone that either has the expertise that you need, or you have like interests, and so you can, you can even call people to hit different things off of them, bounce things off of them. So like if say you want to write a book and oh, well, I know Brady wrote a book. Let me ask her who was her publisher. So you can do things like that. And let's see what Cynthia says. Cynthia says Coach Ricardo recommended a wonderful book. I can't see that far. Book to be called How to Be a Power Connector. Okay. How to Be a Power Connector by Judy, who's that, Robinette. It's really good and informative. So there's another resource. If you are interested in networking, there's a great book. So How to Be a Power Connector. That sounds like that would be interesting. So you might want to write that down. I'm gonna leave that up there for a minute so you can write that down if that's something that you would be interested in. Good morning, Tony. Thank you for tuning in. So when you do make those connections, make sure that you stay connected, that you reach out consistently, you visit their social media sites. I'm not someone that not have to, but for Build Your Best Life, I'm constantly on social media doing that, but I'm not someone that just, goes in social media every single time I get a chance and scroll down to see what's going on. But when I take an opportunity, okay, I'm going to take 15, 20 minutes and I'm going to go see what's going on. And you see someone, they just got a promotion. Congratulations. Someone's having an anniversary. Congratulations on your anniversary. So you want to do those things. Send kudos out. And, again, remember them on those special occasions, because networking is not like a one-time thing. You want to stay connected with those people so that you can, get various types of information, and you don't feel like, I really want to call Anastasia, but I haven't talked to Anastasia in years. You don't want to have to feel that way. So just make sure that you do stay connected. All right, Anastasia, this is some very, very good tips that we have out here today.
I think so too. Now I did make a boo-boo. The third tip was keeping track of your network. And now the fifth tip is finding the right individuals online. So I switched those up. I do apologize, but it was useful information anyways. You can't deny that it was useful information. But let's go back. The first tip is find the right person, find the person assigned to you. The second tip is find appropriate venues for networking. The third tip is keep track of your network. The fourth tip that you just got just now is have a positive mindset, be proactive. And your fifth tip for today, which is your final tip, is find the right person online. And so when you are looking for persons online, I know that, that can be a little bit tedious. You got to be careful of who it is that you're getting in contact with. You got to be careful of who it is that you're allowing into your life and into your circle when you're talking about the online community. Is different. But this is for work. This is for your betterment. This is for your growth. So let's take that step out there and just be careful and be cautious while we're doing it. So especially in today's world, it can be difficult to network in person, but technology has made networking online easy. The internet is a valuable resource for creating, cultivating, and communicating with your contacts. Sites like LinkedIn and Facebook can help you to get in touch with others at specific companies, with fellow college alumni, or in a certain geographic area. Sending a friend request or a brief message to a new contact may help them remember you and encourage them to seek out a mutual relationship. Always make sure your online profile is up to date because even recruiters use professional networking platforms and some social media channels to examine skills and experience. If you don't have an online profile, start building one as soon as possible because it will benefit you in the future. Now, I mentioned LinkedIn to you already, and Facebook as a networking tool is actually used differently as a person seeking a job and an employer looking for an employee. So, as a person seeking a job, I said, you need to start building your online profile. You need to start making sure that whatever trainings that you've done in your professional life, you need to make sure that you have those posted. Whatever trainings that you attended or social events that may have had a particular theme that goes along with your profession or your desired profession, make sure that you post that type of information. It cannot just be all silly. It is your personal Facebook, but you have to ensure that you're reassuring your employer that you're not one of those persons that is a flight risk. If it is that you're on your online profile, on your Facebook page, you have, I was working at this place for 3 months, I was working at that place for 3 months, I was working at another place for 2 months, I was working at one place for 1 week, that is something that is a red flag to an employer. One of two reasons: either you don't have any stickability to a job, or that job wasn't committed to you. You look good on paper, but when they get you into their building, you can't be there longer than 3 months. So you have to be careful of what it is that you're putting out there, how you're building your profile, and what it is that you are saying to your employer. Now, from the employer perspective of it, when they ask you, what is your Instagram, what is your Facebook, what is your Twitter handle, all of that type of thing, they want to see the type of content that you put out, first of all, yes, but they also want to see your associations. They want to see who you are friends with. So if you're friends with someone that is known to be violent, and I'm talking about not just a little domestic dispute here and there, but you're following people that are on the FBI red flag, on that FBI stop list and things like that, it would be assumed that you have a like mind. You're following that person because you're admiring that person. And so that may be a red flag to an employer. If they see that you're posting pictures of you with a lot of cash flashed up in your hand, or you with weapons in the background, and all of those type of things, that would be a red flag to an employer. That could very well be a red flag. So when it is that you are posting on your end of it, you need to be careful of what it is that you're putting out there, because you want to make sure that you're projecting the right image. You're projecting somebody that, just in case of an employer looking at your page, or even someone that you may have that may be connected to the company that you're trying to get into. Because I've literally seen where someone that I'm talking to on a friendship level would ask me, "Hey, y'all still got that crazy girl working for y'all?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? That, yeah, man, I grew up next to her, and she did this, and she did that, and she does this, and her baby daddy, la 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 la." And as someone that works with her, I don't know what's happening in her personal life. I did not need to know what was happening in her personal life. But sometimes those things do come into your employer's ears. And so you have to be very careful of what you put out. I always told my kids, what you give to the world, you can't take back. And social media is absolutely the epitome of that. It is the greatest example of that, because the things that you give to the world in social media, as quick as a screenshot can be done, you can't take it back. And so when we are thinking about online networking and rekindling friendships with persons who went to school with you and things like that. We got to make sure that we are associating ourselves and surrounding ourselves with people that are like-minded in a positive way, and that we're making sure that the individuals online that we're connecting with are the right type of people. So we've gone through a lot. It's been a great bit of information in not a lot of time. You still have time to go to the store. You still have time to wash the car. You still have time to take the dog to the beach. It's been a great morning, hasn't it? It's been a great morning. And so we're going to make sure that you visit in with us every fourth Saturday. This is where you'll find us. This is where we'll be, 9:30 every morning, without fail, hopefully without ever being late. And we're going to make sure that we always have great tips for you, whether it is along the lines of raising kids, whether it's along the lines of your profession, whether it's along the lines of your walk with God. There are so many things that we talk about. There's such a wide range of tips that are given out and information that is gained from this platform. Miss Deborah, I thank you so much for putting this forward, for being intentional about your dream, your vision, what it is that you wanted to do, and making sure that you keep your steps going. That is the important part. We all have these thoughts and plans and ideas of things that we want to do, but being intentional about it, actually following through with it, and keeping it going. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you that this lady is the most consistent person on social media, aside from Coach Ricardo Miller himself, aside from him, she is the most consistent with her content. She puts so much thought and prayer into what it is she puts out there, and it's all for your benefit. It's all for your good. Make sure that you like and share this video. Make sure that it gets into the viewing and hearing of somebody that needs it, whether you're sure or not. I'm sure that there's something in here that would have been useful. So if you're trying to reach me, my platform is Be Becoming. That is on Facebook and on Instagram. You can just search the name. I will be right there. It is a mentorship program and a career path program for youth. I try to help get these kids focused on what it is they want to do, what it is they want to be, point them in the right direction, get them the right connections to make sure that they get there and that they're sure about their decisions. And Miss Deborah, it goes back to you.
Thank you so much, Anastasia. You miss, yes, make sure you follow her on Be Becoming. And also you are what night are you on Monday Night Conversations?
Listen, I just got a promotion, y'all. It's Libra season for real. I just got a promotion. I used to be fifth Mondays for the Effective Living Monday nights. I used to be fifth Mondays, and now I'm second Mondays. So you can catch me over there on the Effective Living Monday Nights Network. That is on YouTube and on Facebook and everything like that. And I have second Mondays now.
Great. Great job. Thank you so much. And she is second Mondays, and my coffee chat partner is third Mondays, and I am fourth Mondays. I think Della Major from Chicago is first Mondays. So yes, and please visit my website, www.buildyourbestlife.org. That's www.buildyourbestlife.org. You can see from that page, you can go to all my social media sites, which is on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You can see my daily posts. I have a blog that comes out each Monday that's on my website, as well my calendar of events in my store that shows the services that I offer, which is coaching, consultation, speaking, webinar speaking, and you can get an autographed copy of my book, Build Your Best Life. They're in stock, and you get it right away. If you prefer Kindle version, that's Amazon.com, and Anastasia has them in the Bahamas, so there's no excuse. You can get your copy. And we hope that you enjoyed this segment this morning, because networking is something that everyone can use. You know, our young men, they are out there for the first time, maybe looking for jobs or different occupations that they want to go into, welding, electricians, or, you know, different fraternities. They can use that networking. Say if you get a new position at church, you're put over children's ministry, you can go networking to other people's children's ministry to see how they do it, so they can give you some ideas of some things not to do or whatever. So everyone can benefit from networking. So we hope that this collaboration gave you some tips that are useful. Please share, share, share. And even if you view via Facebook, please go out and subscribe to my YouTube page as well. I would greatly appreciate that. And I do appreciate everyone coming out this morning, because you could have been anywhere else. So Anastasia and I appreciate you getting up with us and coming on here. Thank you, Cynthia. Cynthia says it's great information. Right. And please join us on Tuesday for Build Your Best Life Talk. We're going to have Minister Carolyn Cuffey from Chesapeake, Virginia, will be my guest on Tuesday. And we're going to be talking about think ahead. And that'll be 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please join us. Remember, as you travel on your road to being a better you, there will be distractions, rough terrain, and detours. Don't let any of those negative aspects of your journey stop you. Though they may slow you down, keep going to be a better you so that you can build your best life. And remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan, it's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed, stay safe, and I will see you Tuesday. Bye bye, Anastasia. Talk to you soon.
Bye.